Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Icenia campaign. Last time, in a glitchy finale of victory, we finished the war and established Big Icenia, the growing menace, now stretching from coast to coast, almost. We do have this little situation here in Celeria, the state that shouldn't exist and won't very soon once we're able to declare war on them. I just had to cancel my... actually thinking about it, canceling my military access deal in a lore sense is a huge red flag that I'm going to declare war, as the deal would allow me to move my troops across my empire. Oh well, I suppose they will have to just kind of be fine with that. So, also Duratriga's forces are sort of trapped in my land. I guess they can disband and sort of invisibly travel back to Duratriga. They may make a deal, actually, with these folks as well, but I suppose we'll see. Now, let's take a quick look at the actual truce that I do have now with Ordovicia. So this truce with them, 463, so we may actually wait to do a war where another ally of theirs gets dragged in until that point. This may naturally create a bit of a delay with that. Now, there's a lot of things I need to do with this new territory, but I will wait to disband my levy first. That's the 6th of March is when I can do that, so let's go ahead and wait for that. And then we'll look at everything. So you stay there. Now we can go ahead and disband the levy. There we go. Okay, so we need to wait 4 months to use them. I don't know. I suppose in 4 months is when we'll do the war with Celeria, so we'll keep an eye on that. And we will get some military experience from that. That's great. Okay, also we're about to hit 35 stability again, so we'll take a look at that when we do. Okay, so a lot of stuff happened. There's a lot we need to do now. And one thing that we can do is quickly make a big buck from our prisoners, which I, in a glitchy frenzy, took last time. So get ready for some spamming of... okay, not you, because you are 9 years old. I'll just go ahead and release you. That's fine. You, though, are an adult, so I'm going to go ahead and, sell into slavery. We'll get the tyranny, and we'll get the money. So let's go ahead and just do this now. Huge amount of money from this. This is honestly the main reason why I wanted to completely conquer those, as many nations as I can. Honestly, as a tribe especially, so much of your money comes from this. I mean, you've seen in the series how much my money is coming from the slave trade, as the Celts of all things, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and just proceed down here. This is actually an example of a system that, even though I'm exploiting quite a bit in this series, it's the sort of thing I would like them, if they were to continue working on this game, to actually change and refine a bit. As it is right now, it's very it's very straightforward how it works, and I think it could really be refined. It's just so easy to exploit, especially with how many ways there are to reduce tyranny. It's not really a trade-off. It's just so advantageous to collect people to sell to slavery. It's just, there's just no trade-off. And that's the issue, is if there was more of a trade-off, I think the best way to do a trade-off is selling characters into slavery. Every time you did it, it increased the degree to which your leader became kind of a, let's release you. If selling people into slavery caused your leader to become more and more evil, I mean, the tyranny mechanic is supposed to represent this, but it's a little confusing. Tyranny represents the tyranny of your nation, like of your state, but if it had more negative effects on your leader in some way, I think I'd be more hesitant to do this as much. But as it is, you can have a very benevolent leader, and behaving this way doesn't impact them at all. So now we've got a bunch of money, and we've got a bunch of political influence. So very soon, within 2 years or so, Londinium can be turned into a city. So that's very exciting. Although, alternatively, we could delay that even more and take this opportunity to change our stance. We've been a neutral stance, and there's a better stance available to us. And that stance, of course, is mercantile stance. A lot of our money is coming from commerce, and this would actually give us some diplomatic bonuses with our neighbors, which could certainly be helpful in avoiding people really disliking us. So I do think this might be worth 30 months or so of time to get this trade-off. Londinium becoming a city is obviously a very important goal, but we don't need it to be a city right away. And I'd rather have the slightly more built-up and defended location of Wente Icenorum being our capital when we do get to wars with Courtania. So we'll, I think, delay on that and go ahead and make this change. Once we switch to mercantile stance, I'll probably stay in mercantile stance for the rest of the game, I'll be honest. These other options might be useful sometimes, but I just really like the commerce income bonus. Let's check out the commerce income change here. 2.5, this may not show on that actually, but 2.59, and now let's go ahead and change it. Mercantile stance. It is now 3.06, and it's about to be even higher with some of these new options here. So Latobrigia wants to buy leather. Let's actually take a look at our new locations and see what we've got here. So we've got a surplus, nothing there. Surplus, nothing there. Surplus of leather and fish. Okay, so definitely that's fine to trade away. And Latobrigia, they're not on the island, so I'll give them my leather. I guess they all just want leather. And because let's actually take a look here. Because we are now a regional power, we have some new modifiers. Now, where do I see that? Here it is. So there's a regional power. I forget which ones. I guess I can actually look at Dortriga to see what they can do. So as a regional power, the difference is we can now do guarantees. We can guarantee other countries, which effectively puts them in our sphere of influence. And it's basically weaker. I mean, you can guess how it works, but it's a weaker form of alliance. It just means that those countries can't. It's basically like a defensive alliance that is one directional. So that might be useful. We'll keep an eye on that. We can also threaten war. I don't remember if they can do that. No. We'd have alliances. Now, one key thing is we can no longer join defensive alliances. Once you're regional power, you're no longer allowed to do defensive alliances. That should be fine. I don't really see any circumstance where a defensive alliance here as Icenia will be valuable, but it is worth noting we can no longer do that. Now, the other effects, I don't know which ones are modified from the tribal ones, but I'll just list them off. 5% build cost. I think the lower your power level, the better the build cost bonus. I may be wrong about this. Provincial loyalty, minus 0.01 everywhere. We'll have to take a look at all of our provinces and maybe modify some of our provincial edicts in response to this. And also, this will use up a lot of our political influence to change the edicts, but I do want to change them to cultural assimilation, of course. Integrated culture happiness, 8%. One extra capital import route. I know for sure that one is extra. I think it's higher integration speed. I don't remember. Wages are 7.5%. We have one more diplomatic relation. Political influence gain, I think, is increased from the lower level. In fact, actually, it's added entirely, so that's fine. Now, mercenary armies is increased as well. We can have 2 mercenary armies, so that's useful to know. Threshold for civil war, I think that's higher. We also get another clan chief, so I'll have to look at how that affects our internal politics here. Extra diplomatic range as well. Excuse me. And war score cost has been added, so that's great. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here. So since the capital plan will be delayed, we will go ahead and use up our influence and do trading here. So what do I want as a excess here in the capital? I could trade possibly for more amber, just something valuable. I don't know if there's anything here that I'd want an extra of that would be super valuable to have. Possibly furs for the tribesman happiness, because most of our nation is tribesmen. Something I haven't really talked about yet is that tribesmen, their happiness is reduced by your centralization. So as we centralize the tribesmen... Oh, that reminds me. I think I will save my influence because I want to change a law. Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe I can't change a law quite yet. 30. Okay, yeah, I'm not quite there yet, so we'll leave that alone. Definitely not doing any of these. Yeah, okay, so we'll leave that alone. That's fine. So in that case, what I will do is, yeah, these are all, they're really terrible. Well, local autonomy isn't terrible. It's just not really ideal when you're planning to hold the territory long term. When you conquer someplace, it always starts at local autonomy, or it often does. I actually don't remember if it's always that way, but in my experience, it tends to always start at local autonomy. So we have to spend a lot of political influence to change it everywhere. So we'll visit that in a moment. So what was I looking at here? Furs. Where's it being produced? We're trading away. I think I will just get something else that gives me a lot of money, I'll be honest. I just don't think any of these other resources that give us a bonus are more valuable than just the money. Although we don't have a lot of options here. We can get livestock, which is the most valuable, or salt, perhaps. This would give us the salt bonus, legionary maintenance cost. That's not really useful, but It would also give us 3% more food versus just 3 more food. I think livestock is our best bet. We could get vegetables, though, because move slave cost is really nice. But there's just not really that many options available to us, unfortunately. Why won't you trade? Because of the capital bonus. Once the game progresses more and the AI starts to build economies that produce more goods, this dire import situation will improve a bit. But as it is, most of our money is going to come from exports anyways. I think livestock is the way to go. We'll get the sheep. Now, who wants to give us the sheep? Show me a continental. Okay, that one was continental. Where are you at? Oh, you're down here in southern France. That's fine. Sorry, southern Gaul. Let's be time appropriate. Yeah, that's fine. We'll trade with you. Not much money, but extra food in the capital. That's great. Just in case bleeding them dry does start to affect the food. We have so much food here. This should be totally fine. Okay, now let's go ahead and do some provincial stuff. Now, this province is only one location that we have, so we're not going to worry about it. That can be that's like a low priority to change because it's only 2 population being affected. Over here, it's a bit more substantial. It is quite a bit of, I don't know the exact number, but it's quite a large population. Or we could go to Dabunia, which has, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Carinium, which is the current capital. We'll revisit all the capital stuff. Or down here. So definitely not Dumnonia or Ordowicia, possibly Demetia, possibly Durotrigia, and possibly Dabunia. I think since Dabunia will likely be the next province we expand with a war up here, because we're not going to war with Durotrigia. Although, actually, hold on. Given that actually the first province we're going to expand is actually Demetia, we're going to unify Demetia next. So Demetia, oh, actually, hold on. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. I was about to say, wait, why is it like that? But it's because I was looking at Celeria. Okay, so Demetia, we're going to change our government policy here. And we're going to change it from that to cultural assimilation. So let's go ahead and grab that. All right. We have enough for 2 more provinces. So next up is going to be Dabunia, cultural assimilation. And last up will probably be... Actually, I think I will do Dumnonia, because I will be conquering a lot of Dumnonian land pretty soon. And I'm going to conquer that before I conquer Durotrigian land. So even though it's 1 settlement versus 4 settlements, it's actually more like 10 settlements versus 4 settlements. Because I will conquer these settlements long before I conquer these settlements. So that decides it. Let's go ahead and switch to cultural assimilation. And it is definitely worth getting those up early, even though it's a lot of time of political influence being used up, or a lot of time's worth, rather, a lot of months' worth, because these areas need to become a Kenny lickety-split. So speaking of that, we can probably do some more cultural stuff. Now, I think what I will do is possibly wait on doing Demetian stuff, because I would rather get this area under control before I do stuff there. However, what I could do is Dabunian stuff. I have all the Dabunian territory, so I can make a decision here with Dabunia. And that decision might be affected by where I place the capital. What does it select right now, actually? They're not going to like me because I killed or imprisoned all their people, so that may be an issue. Places it in Condate Ordowicia. Really? That's a very weird place to put the colony. Okay, that's irritating because I can't change this capital because it's the only location in the province that is in my control. Can I make a different location more attractive? Now the question is, where in this area would I want there to be the capital? Now, in Durotrigia, I may... Long term, where is my Durotrigian provincial capital going to be? I think Leucomagus is probably going to be my Durotrigian capital. It is bordering quite a few locations. It also borders the fort zone of control that Londinium will have, so it's going to be a good fort zone of control location. It's near Canetio. Canetio itself as plains would be fine, but as farmland, this is better. Canetio is also actually a really good location, to be honest, though. I could actually have the city be in Connetio. I'm thinking in terms of like where the city in the provincial capital will be. Plains capitals are certainly totally fine. Plus, of course, it has the Great Wonder. I think honestly, Leucomegas also has a good resource for a farm. So does Connetio. I think actually I will have Connetio be the long-term capital of my Duratrigian province. So I will leave that capital here. It's in a good location because the fort zone of control blocks off a coastal sort of pathway. People walking around here will be trapped into the zone of control of the fort that'll be in Connetio once it's a city. In terms of over here, this Aquae Sulis capital will definitely be changed. This is a really bad location for capital. Probably something over here, maybe where the city is. We'll figure that out later. So that's figured out. And in terms of culture, so if the Duratrigan, the Dumnonian culture, if that location is changed to Connetio, I will go ahead and put the colony there. But I'm not sure if it will change to Connetio, or I'll also have to keep revisiting to see if that does change. So that's irritating. I'm not sure why it's picking this location. It's got 2 people versus 7 people. I don't know how that's picked. It annoys me. So who knows. Now, in terms of the Debunian location, I can change this. So currently, Corinium, it does have the fort. I can destroy the fort and just move the capital. Totally fine. I'll leave the fort until I decide that I guess I keep it there, but I probably won't keep it there. So now that we know where the Duratrigian capital will be in Connetio, this gives us the idea of where the fort zone of control will be, which will be in these 2 locations, which means a fort / provincial capital in Dorm would be one good location. This would also overlap the fort zone of control from the Londinium fort, so Alauna and where you Lamium would both be in fort zones of control. By the way, I hope that you're enjoying the level of insane thinking ahead I'm doing about this, because this is the way I approach this game. This is the whole reason I wanted to make a Let's Play, is because I don't know of anyone else on YouTube who plays this game this intently, but this is what I'm here for, because this game has so much complexity. It actually allows for this level of pre-planning. So I think Dorn might be it's a farmland, it's on the river, it's a really good location for a city otherwise. And it lines up with my zones of control there really solidly. Of course, also the zones of control from Londinium and Went to Icanorm line up really well too. Of course, the Londinium one doesn't exist yet, but you know what I'm trying to say. So I think Dorn is going to be our location here. Alternatively, I could also do Banawenta, which also lines up with Connetio and also lines up with Londinium. It actually lines up a little better with Londinium too. They're both farmland on the river. This is if I move the capital here, it's quite aggressive and a little risky to do that before I control this region, so I may wait to move the capital. Or I could move the capital and just build the fort and have that be a location there. If I move the capital, here's the thing. If I move the capital and then the colony location changes to either Dorn or Banawentia based on where I move the capital, then I would probably found the colony there, just to boost up the population a bit. And then I'd probably build the fort and whatnot. These are all, yeah. Banawentia is also a little better situated in the province. It's a bit more central. Let's count the number of zone of control tiles these places get. So Dorn gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Banawentia gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But they're more central in the province. Okay, I think I made up my mind. Banawentia will actually be our future capital of Debunia, which I could move and fortify now. Banawentia will eventually be a city, but I think it'd be worth even fortifying it now. I do have the money for it. I think what I might do is I'll move the capital now, build the fort, and then wait for my future northern wars. I could be attacked, so I guess we'll see. But I won't offensively declare war in the north until the fort in Banawentia is completely filled with its garrison. So let's go ahead and do that. Move the capital to Banawentia and Banawenta, and hope that actually also moves the location for the colony. So we look at capital to Banawenta. Zabunya gets angry, but that's fine. Lots and lots of loyalty because of Donwen, so that's great. This is also why I don't really want to lose Donwen. She gives a lot of loyalty to these provinces. Do I keep the fort here? Probably not. This fort is technically useful for the war I'm about to do with Celeria, but I'm not worried about Celeria whatsoever. This is not going to be a huge deal, especially with Dorotriga helping me out. So this fort doesn't really need to continue existing. I guess I could wait until the war's over, but I'd rather just destroy the fort and just rebuild it over here. I'll be able to take on the war with no trouble, especially since they have no allies. So let's go ahead and remove this fort. And now rebuild it up here in Banawenta. Alright, that's taken care of. There's also, if this was a player, this would be considered quite an aggressive move, but I don't know if they're really going to care. In terms of the Northern Wars, this does... there's still a wide corridor here. I don't think it's worth building forts here, because this isn't going to be a permanent frontier, so let's not worry about that. Okay. More infrastructure questions. Now, does this affect the colony decision right away? No. We may have to wait a bit or possibly reload for the colony decision to change. Other than that, anything else I want to do around here? The other decision I can make is moving the capital into Metia, but is there a location that is good that I can pick right now? These are all forests, so that's not really ideal. The only plains is here. And again, like I've said, plains is fine. Farmland is best. Plains is the second best. Forest isn't really ideal, and hills is okay. The civ level is an issue, but really with forest, the pop capacity is the bigger issue. So hills is the third best option. Being on the coast would be helpful, but there's no good terrain on the coasts here. If Gobanium, which I could make my capital now, or rather the province capital, was the location, that would, I don't know, I'll have to think about zone of control up here, but it would secure the coast, so that's good. Let's see here. It would line, no, actually, hold on. It doesn't quite line up with the Connetio, because this doesn't quite border this. But it would line up with the Banawenta location. So this would actually fortify and protect this area. Okay, that's decided. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I don't even own Gabanium right now. What am I talking about? Okay, well, another reason to go to war with Celeria, they have the location of my future province capital, so that settles it. Now, one other thing I should note is, where is it at? The War Council will be available again in 2 years. However, my war with Celeria and probably also my war with Dimnonia will happen before that, so let's resume. And I will not be doing any law changes after all, or religion changes. That's fine. I'll keep an eye on when I hit October of 460 for the Zeal thing, the Omen. Okay, the mercenaries are returning to Durham. That's great. How's Dorotriga feeling about us? They're pretty happy. That's fine. Other folks are not pleased because of all of our aggressive expansion, but I think we should be fine. Okay, here comes our new clan, the Orgatorid clan. This is because we ranked up in power. The growing sense and influence of our tribe should vouch for a stronger sense of unity and purpose among our tribesmen, but unlike Sid... What is this sentence? Okay, let's start over. The growing strength and influence of our tribe should vouch for a stronger sense of unity and purpose among our tribesmen, but unlike city dwellers and more civilized people, our tribe is less willing to translate the sense of purpose into blind loyalty. Holy moly, this run-on sentence has got to be changed. If Paradox ever does return to this game, this is obviously the first thing they should patch. Clearly, this is a priority for them. Some feel that the old clans can no longer speak for them, and they cater to a too limited group of interests. Among these dissenters, the Orgatorid clan have been growing in power and influence, and by now it is only a matter of time before one of their members is granted a place on the tribal council. Malleus Orgatoris is their leader. This is the beginning of a new era. Great. Okay, April Fool's Day. Let's go ahead and take a look at this new clan. And I may have to do some government adjustments with that in mind. So, families. Okay, so here's the Orgatorii. Wait a moment. Where did Keltram's clan go? Wait, hold on. Oh, Keltram, wait. Wasn't Orgatorii... I thought Orgatorii was already a family. What's going on here? Are there 2 Orgatorii or just 1? Is this a glitch? Did I read that right? I thought there was a new clan appearing. There's still 3 families. Did it just add to this family? Why did it do that? Okay, I don't know what happened there. There's the guy from the panel. I don't know what happened there. I guess the Orgator's family just grew a bunch. That's fine, I guess, but... Oh, their prestige is really high, though. Ooh, okay. This might be an issue. I guess we don't have a 3rd family after all, or a 4th family. Oh, well. What can be done about this, right? So, anyways. Let's take a look at our levy raising. 6th of July of 458. We'll keep an eye on that. Anyways, what about our cultures? The Bunians... Okay, here we go. Banawenta can gain colony. I think I will select this. Dabunia loses more loyalty, but this will start to get Banawenta under control. Banawenta may also be our 2nd city location after Londinium. It's going to be a pretty reasonable 2nd place to build a city. So let's go ahead and found the colony. In fact, it might even be the 1st city location before Londinium. I guess we'll decide that, but definitely Banawenta will get our colony. All right, founded the colony. Banawenta in a Kenny colony. Icenia has wisely enacted found colony. Very good. We've read this before. I won't reread it. So a bunch of Iceni from all over the place moved to Banawenta. This is for the best. Very good. So once this is fortified, I'll then work on building the city. Once, of course, I have the political influence to pull that off. Nice. Now, Stonehenge under our control does mean we get extra omen power. I could destroy it, but I certainly won't. Omen power is great. So happy about that. Okay, here is, I guess, I don't know what happened before, but I guess we have another clan rising up. This one's actually a new clan, the Kalata clan. So this is definitely a new clan. I don't know what that was earlier. I guess the Orgatorid clan just pretended to be a new clan. Some bizarre stuff happening there with the internal Icenia politics. Being a regional power just introduces all sorts of chaos to our realm, I suppose. Okay, now we actually do have a new family. That was very weird earlier, but here's the new family. As expected, they're angry because they have no positions. I'll need to fix this. I'll have to draw people away from our existing families, but these are all safe to draw from. They're led by you. Kingatessa Kalata. She is prominent, arbitrary, good-natured, and she has dysentery, so she may not be the leader for too long. That's fine. She's a first-generation aristocrat. All right, let's go ahead and change up our offices here. Perhaps, who is the lowest? Possibly Caractacus Urgus will have to be changed. Anyone? Okay, you. No, not you. What do you have? Definitely you'd be fine. You're very, very old, but this would at least. That's fine. And one more position. Possibly this other Urcus as well. How are the Urkii doing? Oh, I can't move an Urkii. Do I have any Divicii that I can move? You're actually qualified, though. That's the issue. How about researchers? Oh, you're really, really good, but okay, you're the same amount. Okay, there we go. That's fine now. Now if we look at the families, everyone is fine. I could even increase their number, but they actually don't have like a ton of characters, so that's fine. That's taken care of. Now we can just move on. Oh, what's this? Oh, the guy just died a moment ago. That was super quick. He died days after I gave it to him. Okay, we have to give it to another 7 marshal. That's fine. Give it to you. So Mandu Brachius Kelatus replacing the grandpa who just died the moment he got the bodyguard position. The guy keeled over from getting the position, so anyways. What's our truce at? Not truce, sorry. No, yes, truce. Because we... No, hold on. My brain just died there for a moment. It's not a truce, it is a levy raising issue. Jeez. It's the 6th of June. Or of July. Wow. Literally. that war sapped so much of my strength. It just 6th of July. That's fine. We'll just wait for that. and build back up all of our stuff here. Let's see here. So nothing too crazy here. This is going to go down. Should be fine. And our income is definitely getting pretty solid now with all of our trade deals. Oof. Any slave moving to do? Not really. 5 slaves, not quite enough to do any big slave movements. Trade winds. The fickle seas can bring ruin or prosperity to many locales, and the city of durham appears to be reaping the rewards of a particularly good trading season this year. Let us hope this good fortune lasts. So we could get a bunch of local tax in all of Kantiakia, which doesn't have a huge tax amount, honestly. I guess I'm looking at the wrong thing. Tax income of, it doesn't say exactly, but around 0.10. So that might be 0.3 money, or migration attraction and pop growth, which I think might actually be better. I'd rather have pop growth, to be honest, than 0.3 gold. So encourage the visitors to stay. Sounds good with me. Fortress is being built there. And to build a city, we will need all the money and the influence. Yeah, political influence will definitely be our major slowdown mechanic. Canetia will be a city eventually too, of course. What's this location here? This is Demetian. The Demetian colony will definitely go in Gobanium. Also, I missed my levy time. Whoops, that's fine. Not a huge deal that we declare war. Although actually, maybe it is a huge deal because they've allied Ordowicia. Would Ordowicia join the war? Oh, hold on, we don't have a Casus Belli. What am I doing? I need to actually build a Casus Belli. Wow, I wasn't thinking straight. I forgot that I didn't have Casus Belli ready to go. Okay, why do we need to do that? Fabricate claim needs 20 influence. Okay. And don't have one on you. We're not ready to go to war in Europe quite yet. So I think what I'll do is I will wait to build up political influence and then get the claim on Celeria. Allied with Dortriga. I think what I'll do, I'm going to wait. I need to actually start to think a bit about the amount of Icenia in my land, because if I start to get a little too ambitious with these wars, my actual levy size won't be scaling up with the size of my problems, and I need to have more Icenia in my land. I may need to revisit the idea of actually integrating some cultures to improve my levy size, but I'll think about that between episodes. Thank you for watching. Hope that you enjoyed this post-war economic-themed episode, and I will see you all next time with a plan for the next couple years of this campaign. See you all next time.